How do you take your Nikon Z6 II from this to this? Alright, so this is my Nikon Z6 II disassembled before I put it in the rig. So what I'm going to do is build this up and talk through all the pieces and stuff that I have, and I'll put a link in the description. There is one thing I'm still missing, but I figure I'd do it anyway. So with that being said, let's get to it. So I have lots of stuff here. Of course, the main thing about this setup is the Nikon Z6 II. And depending on what I'm shooting is what lens I'm going to use. But right now, I'm going to use a Rokinon 50mm with the FTZ adapter to show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put all this stuff out the way and slowly build up the rig and talk you through it. So of course, the first thing we have is the camera body itself. And what I'm using is the Nikon Z6 II with the man profile style plate down at the bottom. For the most part, this lives on both my cameras. The other camera right now is the Nikon Z6 that's filming it right now. And neighbors outside doing some work on the car. So we're going to put the SanDisk 64GB in. Also make sure we have a battery. And then we're going to put the FTZ adapter on. Now this is an update to the one I did before. So put that on. Find the red dot. And now we're semi set up for the camera. So right now, you know, if I want to, I can, of course, hand hold this if I wanted to, but I rarely do that. So next, we're going to get the small rig plate. For the most part, everything here stays on. So we have the Manfrotto quick release plate, and then a small rig base plate, and then a small rig half cage. I use the half cage because I also do photos, and I don't like to have to have the full cage on if I want to do photos, especially if I'm taking one camera with me. So if I'm taking one camera with me, I could easily take it off. Alright, so now we have part of it built up already. So next we're going to put on is the small rig tubes. So they're not as long as I want them to be, so my next purchase will actually be to get them a little longer, and I'll show you why. Once this built is finished, I'll show you why I want it a little bit longer. So I'm just lining them up, and we go there. So then I also have the Tilta Mini follow focus. So far I like it. I do have to figure out how to get these things off, so that way they're not always sliding about. I know they're for marking, but I don't pull focus all that often, but when I do, it does come in handy. So right now I'm just thinking in my head because I'm gonna have to put the matte box on. So I'm just have to make sure that I have enough room for the matte box and the bebop that I'm going to put on here. next thing we're going to do is take this LCD screen out just a little bit. So when I put this on, I know how much room I have. So now I have the Bebop V Micro on. Alright, so now that we have the Bebop on, I can see what I want to do. So to power my whole rig, you know, I have the Nano 1. It's a mini V-mount battery. I haven't used it too much, but a couple weeks from now I have a couple gigs that I'm going to use this on and see how long the battery actually lasts to power the camera and the Atomos Ninja V. But I'm still waiting on my other dummy battery to come in for the Nikon camera itself. So, alright, so let's get the V-mount on. Hear a nice little click. And now we have part of the rig set up on. So, let's screw on the filter. And tighten up the matte box. And there we go. So next we're going to put on the top handle. And the thing I like about this one, I don't get the, I have to look for the Allen wrench, or the Allen tool, excuse me, and it goes right back in. So I can show you what I'm talking about. And now, if I wanted to, I can do this a little differently, but we're not going to right now. So the next thing we're going to do is put on the Deity mic. Now, I do love Deity products and the mic. What I don't like about it is that I have to remember to power it on and off. I wish it was smart enough to know that once I have it plugged in and I hit the record button or something that it turns back on. But for now, I just have to remember to turn it on. So now that's plugged in, so now we can put this on to the Ninja V. Screw it down. And now you can see that when I want to, I can just move this anywhere that I want to. So then we got the Angelbird 500 gigabytes. For right now, this is enough space for me, and that's a-okay. Now, I do have to figure out a better cabling system, which I haven't figured out yet for this, but I will get there. So next we're going to attach the HDMI cable. And we can plug this in here. So now this is where my cable management skills are lacking. Alright, so now we can see that I need to charge this, but I have some battery life in there. turn this on. Turn that on. Lift my flag up. So, this is my rig. So the only thing I need to work on is a better placement for the mic, because it's right by where I pull focus from, and I don't want any noise there. So I will be working on that when I'm pulling focus. If I'm not pulling focus and I have a Z-mount lens on here, then it's no big deal. But like I said, so right now this is my rig. I'll put a link in the descriptions for all the equipment that I have. Like I said, the only thing right now that I'm missing is a dummy battery for the Z6, so I can mount it to here, so that way everything is powered from the Nano 1. So if you have any questions or comments or a better way for me to do the cable management, that would be much appreciated. Until then, thank you. LA Visualizations out.